This will be Gerog. And Edro. Edro driving this time. The vehicle is moving to the right, that's indicated by this, the speed to the right, so the velocity combined, that's the velocity. Acceleration also to the right. Since acceleration and velocity are both in the same direction, it should speed up. In order to do that, Edro pushes let me draw that. Edro pushes that way on the stick in order to get the vehicle to speed up.
Is this relative to the problem?
Yes.
Understood.
So whenever doing a force diagram, first thing is you need to figure out what is considered one object. So that's what I will do over here. So we have Gerog.
Or Gerog.
Or Gerog, Smilo.
Well, never mind.
We have the road board, think snowboard. We have the ground. We have a rope. Now, again, officially, when you're doing a force diagram or even a free body diagram, you don't have to draw them in the same roughly relative order as you have over there, but I'm doing that because I feel that really helps sort of picture it better. We have that box sitting on top. We've got the vehicle. We have a chair, and we have Edro. All right, so those are the objects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 objects.
Totally wrong.
One of which is the planet.
Which planet are we on this time?
It actually does not affect the force diagram, so you may put it on whatever planet you wish. I guess it does affect it, the fact that if it's a Jupiter, which doesn't have solid ground, it'd be very difficult to go forward.
Or ice.
What's that?
If it was ice and you were on wheels.
All right, so
Okay.
let's go to our checklist. Tom? Do we eliminate anything?
No. I don't think we're gonna end up eliminating anything. Here's one. Oh, I mean, FT, N, and G, they're gonna happen.
Yeah.
But, I feel like that green stick element to it,
That's part of the car.
oh,
That's why I draw the stick part of the car. This is one of the reasons why for the force level problem, for the test level problem, I will separate it for you just so you're not playing guessing games of what goes with what.
okay, then cross out the O.
Anyone agree with them that we should cross off the O?
When would you not cross out, like what would the situation?
If you had a similar problem of a box has a 5 Newton force pushing on it,
Okay.
what's causing it? I don't know. Does it matter? Probably not for the problem. So that's the case of O. So we would cross out O here. It is self-contained. To date, for the test level problem, I don't think I've ever had an O for the test level problem. It's always been self-contained.
Okay, so let's deal with lefty to righty. So friction.
Let's do friction last, because that's the trickiest one of them all.
Gotcha.
Let's do gravity.
All right. So which way is that acting on what object?
So everything
Is that
rock, gravity's pushing down. And no,
Let's get the right verb.
gravity is.
Yes. Pull. It's a pulling force. force. So I've got weight of Garog, and since I do have a whole bunch of objects here, I got, besides the planet, I have 7 objects. Probably gonna have 7 different subscripts. Maybe 6. All right, it comes in pairs. Where's the other one?
On the right.
The opposite. It's supposed to be a G.
The weight on the sled.
And I draw it right underneath it just for my own mental keeping track of it because it's coming in pairs. But again, the upward forces are on the ground anywhere I want to draw them.
Will apply.
Skylar, you
I
sending
was-
singing psychic vibes there?
Would you do the weight of a vehicle for?
Another vehicle? Okay.
Push it, yeah, pull it down and then,
I'm gonna do weight of, I'm gonna call it a truck. Because I don't think I'm using, yeah.
The box, the gravity going down the box while the vehicle is like,
And where's the up one?
the, is the vehicle pulling it up?
All right, if this force is coming from the vehicle, that means if the vehicle suddenly disappeared and that box is suspended in the air, it would stay there. Because if the truck disappears, that doesn't pull it anymore. Weight is always between the small object and what?
The huge.
Yeah. So, for every weight I have on the small objects, I'm expecting there to be one coming up on the ground.
I just have a question, Mr. Gerald.
Yes.
So when we're doing test problem, because of the arrows, are you gonna be more specific on arrow length or?
On this type problem, no. Arrow length that matters if I am, I guess the 2 situations that I've dealt with as an instructor for where arrow length matters. If I'm gonna ask you to add them graphically, in which case the length matters, or if you need to demonstrate that, if, say I have a box that is falling, there is air resistance and it's speeding up, that the downward force therefore would be greater than the upward force. And so in that case, arrow length would matter.
Okay.
But if, in the first case of, I'm asking you to add it, because I've done test questions, and I think there's a master set question where I gave you the vectors and I said, what's the sum? The other one, I would specify size, the size of the arrow matters. But typically, if I'm solving it analytically, which was what that process has taken us through, the one that was written over there, all we're doing is figuring out what forces are involved in which direction, and then if one is bigger than the other, that's gonna come out in the math.
The weight on the chair. And then up on the ground.
Weight on bedroom. Then up to ground.
Had a few too many cheeseburgers I drove.
And then on the rope still?
Ideal rope. Ideal rope is massless, therefore has no weight. If you did put a weight coming down on the rope and up on the ground, what I typically do is I circle it and I write something like that, which is my signal for ignore. It doesn't count for you or against you.
I think that's good.
Okay, now it's on.
All right, so that is done. So we got, yeah, no one to say friction for last.
Normal gravity. Or normal force.
Normal, all right, which way is normal acting on what?
Garog.
It's like people are struggling with that name.
I was gonna say Gregory.
You know,
And,
I have the two people starting with different letters for a reason.
and down on, well, yeah, and down on the sled. And then.
Yeah, skip, like, is there a different voice?
And then the sled down onto the ground, or is that just,
The sled pushing down the ground?
yeah, and the ground pushing up above the sled?
Yep. We got, 1, 2, 3, 4 more pairs.
So,
Tristan?
Force pushing up on the box. And down on, I guess, the top of the car.
Okay.
would you have the force of the car going up and then it, well,
So going up on the car,
yeah, and then down on the ground?
okay?
See, I was calling it the front there.
All right, so here's another case where I called it 4-wheel drive. We can assume that there are 4 wheels on it. How many normal forces do I draw pointing upwards? Oh. One is only you need a 1.
Understood.
There is a point, not in this course, but later on, if you pursue this, where you would have to worry about the magnitude of the force here, the magnitude of the force here are not the same, but all we care about at this point is just, there's some normal force up. We will keep that ideal. If you do happen to draw an arrow up on each side here, or 4 of them, what I would do is I would circle them and treat it as one thing. All right, 2 more to go.
What was his name?
Edro.
Edro, is normal force down on the chair.
So normal force down on chair.
The chair. Does the chair push back against Edro?
I hope so.
Yeah.
If it didn't, he'd fall.
Or just fall back?
All right, 1 more.
Would you have the chair pushing up and then something with the chair in the car, or truck?
Between chair and truck?
Yeah.
All right. So which way is this normal force acting on the chair?
Down,
The normal force is pulling down on it?
yeah, for the truck.
So that's what you're saying?
I don't know what I'm saying, I just know there's something between there.
Yeah, there is something between there. You're absolutely right on that. What is wrong, just at a quick glance, if these are the 3 vertical forces acting on the chair, what's wrong with this?
There's 2.
Yeah.
That chair's gonna go right through the car.
Oh, yeah. If that situation right there, yeah, there's nothing on that thing back. So why chair? Why chair? And I think that's it for normal force. Right? Tension.
There's tension between the left end of the rope and the sled. Okay, well, I guess it'd be left end.
Left end, so this end of the rope,
Yes,
going which way?
towards the sled and away from the sled.
All right, it's not between the rope and the sled.
Yeah, Rob.
Oh, Gil, I thought it was gonna be sled. Get wrong.
Unless you're making some comment about Garrod. So which way am I drawing this arrow here?
Like this? towards the
Like
road.
that?
I
Yeah.
just,
What would you do?
that,
Why?
because, I mean, the rope is being pulled, I mean, the rope itself is in a diagonal, but the force, I think, acting on it is horizontal. Or the tension is horizontal, because he is horizontal. I mean, if he was like this, Enzo was like this, I think it'd be like that. But if he's doing this, I think it'd be like this.
But the rope is just in front of him.
Right, but
It's like holding it like this.
what?
He's like this, basically.
Yes, and the rope, right, because of, it's attached to the top, that's why it's at a diagonal. It's not, I don't think it's in reference to the force. I think it's just the,
If he's pulling on the rope that way,
yeah,
what would the rope do?
well,
It would what?
It would like have a flat end at the end.
No, potentially. Or the rope itself would not be at that angle,
Yeah.
it's harder, the rope would move. I guess that end would stay still, the rope would move.
Yeah.
The tension is gonna be along the direction of the rope itself.
okay.
Smart money was on Jack on that one.
You got it.
Alright, and but it does make me curious about the people, most common mistake there. And the other one that pair
The opposite direction.
on,
On the rope.
what's pulling on the rope? Yeah, so it's. The most common mistake I see is people, they know it's between Garog and the rope. And so they draw arrows between Garog and the rope like that. And that's not the way it is. I just happened to draw the rope here. I could have drawn the rope up here as well. But there we go.
I have a question. If we see a diagram like this, but the line, I don't know if you do this, but the line is like straight up, do we draw the line or the tension diagonally, or just to follow the line through? So like if we have a vertical line that represents the rope,
Okay.
and it's supposed to be showing like that,
Oh,
we put the line for
so
sideways?
So in doing the force diagram, you just happen to draw the rope like that.
Yeah.
You should still draw the arrow along the physical line right there. I would not recommend drawing, that's why draw the objects in the same orientation that they were, is my recommendation.
Wait, why does that say friction?
Where,
Doing
here, that's F sub T. The subscript T is for tension.
I thought the subscripts were for the objects and the main letter was the.
This is the one place where I use a subscript with the force itself. If you use the capital T at this point in the course, I know what you're talking about. That's what I used to do, but near the end of the course, we will have a situation where we need to use capital T for something else. So that's why I broke myself of that habit. All right, we got one more pair of tensions, and then to the mysterious friction.
Would it be on the rope in the box? Or
Yep.
the
Rope-
car?
Yeah, so which way is it going here?
Would it be going up?
Yeah, if I'm following your finger correctly.
Yeah.
And then on the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
All right, right now it's looking, oh, we actually have, I don't know how many times I do this. There's another normal force spare we forgot. Oh, tension's done. We have one rope in this, so I've got a pair at each end. Tension is done. There's one more point of contact.
Is it the green, the stick with the car?
Yeah. Oh, not stick with the car.
Or,
Stick as part of the car.
stick with the person?
Yes.
Edgar.
Which way is Ed Road pushing on it?
Well,
To the right.
Which way is the normal force acting on it?
Well,
What does normal mean?
So is it? So would it be going down?
What does normal mean? Did somebody say it? I missed it?
No, I did the thing.
Yeah, I thought I gave you the eye to indicate no. Math term.
Normal.
You can check your notes real quick. I'm hoping it's in there. Pardon?
The Senate.
Yep, that's
Parallel?
Contact.
Perpendicular?
the other one, perpendicular, yeah. Normal means perpendicular, so if you have a normal force going horizontally, where's the perpendicular? The stick's at an angle.
You said if you have a normal force going horizontally, where's the other force?
Where's the perpendicular? Because the normal force is supposed to be perpendicular to the surfaces of contact. So I've got a stick right here, I'm pushing that way
So it
Well, then
would
the
go
stick-
down?
from, say it again?
I don't know, I'm just trying to like picture it being perpendicular, if you're going that way and it's going this way.
Yeah, but the surface, that's the surface right there, what would be perpendicular to that surface?
Oh,
Yes, back there. Pardon? Yeah, so the normal force, I'm pushing that way, the normal force is that way. So normal is still in green, just to stick with the convention. Y sub. Am I using R for anything? No. And the other part of that, Y sub R. Now, I did comment that he is pushing straight to the right, but I don't have a force to the right yet. There is another force involved.